Guys, just want to let you know we have our High on Jesus merch available on our website, highonjesus.org. You go on there, guys. We got shirts, hats, beanies, hoodies. You could show people, hey, I'm all about this lifestyle. Go on our website, order the merch. We appreciate your support. Life is difficult. There are things that are going to happen. Things are going to come up. Take all those obstacles and be loud with them. They had no chance. The odds were stacked against them. You have no chance of winning. Everyone's against you. This is a perfect time to win.
Yes. I was...
What is up, YouTube family? We are back with another episode of our High on Jesus podcast, episode number 18. You are here today with Justin Time with Justin Hallis.
And Austyn with a Y.
And today we are excited to share with you guys our experience of going to the Global Leadership Summit in 2025. Just last week for us, but it's going to be a few weeks by the time this airs. We're calling this Leadership God's Way GLS 2025 Takeaways. If you've never been to one, you definitely want to go to one, and we'll talk more about that here in a bit. It's already almost the end of August. Time goes by so quick.
Yes.
Kids will be at school 2 weeks by the time this airs.
Yes. Hopefully we'll be in the routine a little bit better by then. You know, I'm used to having, Beckett having to be at high school at, by 7:10, 7:15, then I would have Tristan in Parish at Barbara Harvey at 8:15, and then the twins at King by 9:15. So
doesn't sound fun.
No. I love Manatee County, but now, so it's just the 7:15 and then the 8:15, and then I get back over the bridge again. But I will be celebrating my 2 years clean.
Okay.
When this airs.
Congrats.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah. I just can't, just looking back, I was actually looking through pictures yesterday with Tristan she's like, Mom, we've done a lot in the last 2 years. And I was like, well, yeah, we have, but there's no, pictures. I used to see pictures that were just sad and are just sitting around, but we've actually done so much we've just done so much as a family. Instead of me having to do stuff with Tristan and then with the three, older kids. And I just feel like this has just been such a blessing of healing and just new experiences over the last 2 years.
It's awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited.
2 years is a huge deal. Congratulations.
Yeah, my last 2 years, for sure.
That's right.
Yes. Can't wait.
Good deal.
And so I know you usually take a little bit to get back in the routine, so you're shifting again.
So actually, I would say kind of use some of the takeaways that we took from this. I super prepared for this shift this time, and I don't feel it's affected me as much. Even the couple days leading up to it, I was making sure we had everything we needed. It was all laid out. What time are we getting up? What time we have to be there? You know me, when I was asking, she's in the safety patrol now, so I was like, oh, we can get there by 6:30, and then you pick me up this. Are you sure? Yeah, I'm going to ask the question. So I went to back to school night, interrogated the lady. She didn't like it to think she was getting tired of me, but I don't care. I was like, I'm never going to see you again. You're going to answer all my questions right now.
I'm still waiting on the pick my kid QR code from my school. So I kept waiting in line to interrogate them. I didn't have Tristan, but I went, to get the questions answered. But I guess the whole Barbara Harvey pick my kid app shut down. So yesterday, the whole school didn't know what to do without the app. So give
them a little bit of slack. I know the people, even the ones that are at her school, it's crazy and it's
they're
new.
Out there. It's hot.
You got a bunch of parents that just came from kindergarten that don't know what they're doing. It's chaos,
so,
man.
Bless their hearts. Yesterday, they're all out there with umbrellas in the sun.
Yep.
So
getting cooked.
Yes, at least I was in the car in my AC. So
good stuff.
Yeah. So we got the gala, coming up too.
Yeah.
So how long?
Sunday, November 9th. It's only less than 3 months away, so it's coming up quick. We got a lot to do.
I can't wait. I'm excited.
A lot to do. So we are wearing purple today in honor of Overdose Awareness Month, and it says August is Opioid Awareness Month, dedicated to raising understanding about the dangers of opioid misuse, supporting recovery, and honoring lives lost to overdose. Very important month. I'm glad it gets, a little spotlight.
Yes.
And, unfortunately, we know so many people that have passed on. If you saw last week, Mayor Brown shared his story about his brother, unfortunately, overdosing and passing on due to drugs. And if you haven't seen it, go back and watch that last week. It was a really good interview.
Yes.
But we know what it does, and unfortunately, when I get the call, so and so overdose on fentanyl or whatever it is, it's unfortunate, but we see it so much, and all we can do is keep doing what we're doing to be, a light and be that hand for anyone that reaches up.
Yes,
we can give them that hand up to victory, and hopefully they don't have to go that route.
Yes, and the mayor also spoke about the importance of having Narcan around to give people that second, third, and he even mentioned a 10th, chance. And if you are needing any Narcan at our weekly meeting at High on Jesus at the First Methodist Church in Bradenton, we do have that available.
Yeah, or wherever you are locally, do some research, pull up chat, ask where to get Narcan. I'm sure it'll
Yes.
let you know. So it's important for everyone to have, different places, especially meetings and whatnot, churches,
You never know.
Yep. No doubt. So we're doing the shoe news.
So what's coming out? What are you looking at?
every single week. I know we got a few guys that care about it. So this year was crazy. Like this year,
you warned me.
Yeah, even the people are like, my wallet is taking a huge hit. Jordan Brand, you gotta chill. So the Friday coming up after this on August 30th, the Jordan 5 Awake New York Racer Blue. We're gonna show it here. So we talked about they call it like a friends and family version, but they had the pink one. It's only 7,000 pairs, and this is a little more of a general release, but it's really not, because 13,000 pairs is not a lot. So this is the blue pair. I've had my eye on both of these, but I can tell you with those stock numbers, the price is going to go crazy. So put in your raffles. Hopefully you can get yourself a pair. And then the Undefeated 4s are supposed to drop this week as well. So this one's interesting. This one was like some collectors like Grail shoe. So this was made as a sample, with rumor it had like 70 so pairs, and basically like only Undefeated, the people that work there and like friends and family of them got these shoes. Okay. So like I'm telling you, I've seen people pay 20 or 30 racks for this shoe. 20 or 30 grand.
What could I buy with 20 or 30 grand?
I'm serious. Yes, because nobody has it. It's a collector's item.
So are you telling me that I could hit this raffle, get a pair, and then sell it?
Oh, no, sorry.
I'm just kidding.
So, remember when I talked about what happens is when they throw the extra supply on, then the price tanks or whatever. So that was for those sample pairs once upon a time. Now, really, but think about it, that's why I don't like this. Honestly, I'm not thrilled that they re-released it, because what if you pay 20 grand for the shoe and then a year later Jordan's like, hey, this is coming back out?
We can make some more money.
You just lost all that money.
I know.
So it's dropping. But if you ever wanted to get a pair, this is your chance. This is your opportunity. If you're a sneakerhead, you're getting the shoe. It's just not even a question, because it was something that was unattainable. Now you can actually grab it. So so it's dropping on Sneakers app.
So what are you wearing? What shoes do you have on today?
I got the Jordan 1 Low Court Purple, and I thought it goes great with the purple. Honestly, it's one of my favorite pairs. But the Jordan 1 Low, I feel like it's just it's a great price shoe. Anybody can grab it. It's comfy. It fits everyday style. It's actually one of my favorite models. So I love the 1 Low. It's a good go-to. What you got?
Speaking of shoes.
Yeah, what you got?
Oh, hold on. I wanted to talk about your daughter's shoes for the first day of school.
Oh, you saw that?
They're purple. Is that purple?
It's a bluish hue.
It's a 4, right?
Yeah, we'll throw it up. Yeah, it's a Jordan 4.
I got it right. Yes.
Good job. It's a Jordan 4. It's almost like a lavender type colorway. Yeah, but they threw those.
A little flower.
Yes, they have flowers on there on the laces and everything. Yeah. Cool. I'm glad you liked it.
I did like that.
She was all happy. She was going through. She said
Tristan was like, I want She wears Jordans at her dad's. We bought her Adidas last night. So.
Gotcha.
Yes.
But yeah, as I said, anybody say anything, she was like, yeah, someone's parents walking in. They were like, oh, nice shoes. And I'm like,
the parents. She was like, can I go get my Crocs now? She's growing out of the Croc stage, or is she still in the Crocs?
I just told her, like, if you want a sprained ankle, continue to wear Crocs. Like, I'm not. I got so mad at them things one day. I almost said, like, I'm not paying for the doctor's bill. If you sprain your ankle because there's no support on a piece of foam that you're running around and doing cuts on in the playground, like, I'm not paying for it.
But they put them in sport mode. They're fine.
Yeah, sport mode. And then everything's good. We're gonna run around like maniacs. I saw a dude skateboarding in them the other day.
Yeah.
Like, I don't get it, man. They don't realize that, like, you only wore Crocs in our day, like in detox or something. Like, that was the only
they
time
remind
you
me
threw
of
a pair
like
Crocs on.
our age jelly shoes. Do you remember when we had the girls had the jelly shoes?
Yes, but hey, kudos to them. They did some great marketing, and all the kids want them.
I just saw those shoes and I was like, yeah. My daughter
nice.
Chloe was like, Mom, those are 4s. I was like, thanks. I'm gonna pretend like I knew that. Oh, good stuff,
man.
Yes.
So I want to take a minute here and give a huge shout out to our business sponsors, Automatic Bail Bonds. We bail your tail out of jail with a quickness. A big shout out to them for being a huge supporter of what we do here. If you, your loved one, anyone, we don't wish it on you, but if someone you know does go to jail, Autumn and her team, they actually care about the people that they help to bail out. So please use them. They're a huge asset in this community. Journey to Greatness Sober Living Homes, preparing you for your new journey of life and beyond. They have a multiple men's and women's homes in Manatee County. And so if you're looking for a sober living house, or maybe your loved one, someone that you know, get in contact with them. All the links are below in our comments, guys. Also, Florida Elite Monitoring. They do ankle monitors and also alcohol level tracking with confidence. So maybe they're court-ordered to get an ankle monitor, or maybe they voluntarily want to be able to show the judge, hey, I'm not drinking, I'm not doing anything like that. They have all kinds of neat ways that they can help you out with some things. And then Dump Dynasty. You give them a call, they will pull up the trailer to your house. You can clean out your garage, remodel, whatever it is, fill that dumpster up, and then they take it away for you. No hassle on your end. So those are 4 different business sponsors and just businesses in the community that care and they want to make a difference. So we got the comment crawl.
Okay. Who's commenting today?
We got 2 comments, some good stuff people share with us, and then we're actually running out of people rocking me, to be real with you. So this segment might come to an end.
Oh, when we bring Bonnie back, we'll have plenty, I promise.
Yeah, but no one else says anything to me. But that might be a good thing.
Yeah.
This is from Maureen Hallis 2485, who is my mom. Pretty sure we know her. Yes. This was one of the videos. I don't know, she was putting it out there on that. She was going off in the comments. She said, "Moms, please stop helping your child to continue in their addiction. You are not helping them in any way. Say no more. I love you enough to say no more."
I'm trying to remember where she wrote this and what it was in.
It was one of the videos I was. It was the one where I was sharing my story where you interviewed me.
Yeah. But when I read that, my mom kept always asking me why, and then now that I've stepped out and I'm doing everything right, being honest about everything, and she's like, I helped you continue the nonsense.
Yep. Well, this is a new step for my mom here, because I always told her from a while ago, like, hey, you should share your story. You should tell other people what happened. And she's like, no, I'm not doing that. I don't want to, put myself out there. I'm not like you. I'm not a speaker, whatever it was. She always had a reason. And like, she was like, why? And I'm like, because then other moms would know that, like, what your experience was and how, related and what they should or shouldn't do. You can give them some advice or whatever. And she never wanted to come forward. So I'm actually proud of her for stepping out of the box here and saying something.
So Mama Hallis might be talking at the gala one
There
day.
you go. It's on there.
Yes.
It's out there. So my mom coming out, that's different for her. But like, I see, like, I don't know. I think things have changed quite a bit. And it has maybe to do with her age, but like certain things that my mom had always done, she would be just like a stick. I can't even. Perfect example. One is like Purex. Like that's all we bought was Purex. Period. End of story. We didn't do no other detergents. My mom taught me it's only the Purex and it's only this. So what do I buy to this day? Purex. Right? And then I go to her house and I'm like, what's this other detergent brand in there? Oh, I don't care about that anymore. I just get whatever's BOGO. Whatever's BOGO. Like you used to get mad if anything else was purchased besides that. It's like I'm getting older now. I don't care about things.
So now your whole childhood means
she's
nothing.
Like, things change, honey. Yeah. And she had multiple things. I could go on and on. I got to put this one out, Mom, because I think it's funny. I love you.
He does.
She wants to save money, so she doesn't buy trash bags anymore. She uses the plastic bags from the grocery store.
There's plenty of them that do this.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
So what, you put 3 items in there and then it's
and
full?
tie
and
it
then...
up and put it in there.
Oh my! We're doing all that to save $5.86 a box of trash cans.
Just buy her a case for Christmas.
I do. It's what I do every Christmas now. I buy her the biggest case they have.
How did I know that? That is insane.
Hey, you want to know what she does? She don't use them still. If she knows I'm coming by, then she puts a trash bag in. So I don't say anything about it.
That's what she's like. What time are you coming? Or maybe it's the
I'll throw something away. Like you can't spread the plastic bag barely
it's
over the
just
trash
hanging
bag. Yeah, so it's like super shallow. You got like that much room to put stuff in.
Brian will say the same thing about us because I
man.
can fill up a whole trash can cooking in like a day, like every day.
Not even a question.
And he's like, how do we have this much trash? And I'm like, well, if I'm cooking 3 meals and there's 6 of us, and you do the math, and it adds up.
They don't realize if you go out to eat all the time, your wallet empties, and if you cook at home, your trash can fills up because it's bag after bag.
I can't imagine how many of those little Winn-Dixie or Publix bags I would go through at my house. I mean,
but anyways, what's funny is like certain things I kind of notice a slight change to, like myself, and I think of my mom now when that happens. Like, Mom used to be so adamant, and now she's changing. She's like, I'm old, doesn't matter.
So all this foundational work she put in your life is now...
No, but you are right. It like scarred me that she used another detergent besides Purex after all those years.
I'm a BOGO too.
Yeah?
On those. Oh,
whatever's on sale.
I have 6 people to wash clothes for. Of course I'm BOGO. Or, our local food pantries sometimes have those awesome things. So
there you go.
Definitely. Yes.
So next, Linda Randolph, who we know well. She's such a good lady. She said, I am happy to hear all about your life, and thanks for helping my life change. Thanks, Linda. This was on the same week that we did my story also.
She is just growing in her as a woman, as a believer, and she just inspires me on a daily basis at our at High on Jesus, and just being around town, I run into her, and she is definitely an inspiration to so many, and
absolutely. Yeah, she's doing amazing. Appreciate hopefully something I said in that episode helped some people out with their whatever they're going through with their life. But appreciate the love, support, and gratitude also. It's nice to know that what we do makes a difference in people's lives and how important it is to them. And not that we do it for that. We don't do it for a thank you, but it's nice to know like something you put everything, your heart, your soul, your mind into, like bears fruit, and it means something to people, and it's helped them at the time that they need it the most. So we definitely do like the positive feedback, so we can hear
it would
from
be a
you
challenge
guys.
to run out of bad things. Your bad comments. Yeah. No, I said it would be a good thing if you ran out of bad comments.
Oh, so then we'll just do three good ones? All right. There you go. That's nice. Let's keep it positive. This last one, Jorge Escobar, he just, the first comment was Arianism. And at first, I'm not going to lie, was he like Aryan, like brotherhood type of thing? Is that what he was saying? And I was like, no, I gotta look this up, because if I don't know it, I gotta look it up. So apparently It was misspelled, but I even said in my reply, I said, "Do you mean Arianism, like Arianism?" It's basically that like you don't believe in the Trinity. Is what I got out of it without being a Bible scholar.
Okay.
So maybe it's a demographic or a certain denomination that they don't believe in the Holy Trinity.
Okay.
That like God is just one. There's no Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Mm-hmm. So I was kind of confused because I was like, I said, I love to hear how you got "we don't believe in the Trinity" out of a short on Christians not getting along with each other. That one had a bunch of comments on it, boy, when I was going off on Christians stabbing each other in the back, man. He went off on a kind of rant after that, but I don't know. Maybe he wasn't like targeting us. I don't even know where he was going with it. But at the end, he said, be blessed and hope that everything we do goes well.
So it came wrong.
But so I don't know if he was saying like. I don't know. It was
I think
odd.
Sometimes people just want to start an argument, just to like.
Ain't lying, man. You see those posts that like they put something wrong on purpose, or they just put something that they know everyone's going to go off like a sensitive,
I'm from Bradenton, for
subject.
Goodness sakes, like.
Yeah, the comments is like these days is like an event to charge tickets to.
It is.
You
It's
get
like
in those comment section.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I see a controversial post and I'm like, oh, I'm pulling this up. Yeah. I got to see this real quick, and then people start going off in there.
People put watching. They're just like, just let them know that they're here for the comments. They have no idea what they're talking about. They just want to see what happens.
Yeah. So regardless, wasn't sure what Jorge was insinuating there, but we definitely believe in the Holy Trinity. We believe Father, Son, Holy Spirit. It's like the Bible tells us about.
Yeah.
And feel like experience all three in different ways. It's a real good example of that? The Shack.
You
ever seen that?
Oh, yes.
I have to get a box of tissues every time.
Just thinking about it.
It's like guaranteed I'm going to cry if I watch The Shack.
I have to watch the second one again. I watched
Is it two?
Mm-hmm.
Did not know that.
Yes. I watched it, but it was kind of one of them where I was cooking dinner, and those movies are just definitely not. It's one of those you need to sit down and just tune in.
Is it a series where like two doesn't even come close to the one?
Like I said, I can't really. It was good. It had some depth to it, so it seemed like a really good watch. So I'd really liked it.
Shack is heavy. If you've never seen it, it's basically it's a father, and he's a husband also, and so him and his wife have 3 kids, and one of the youngest was taken, like kidnapped, I guess, by a serial killer who like would leave a mark or whatever. Police were involved. Long story short, his daughter got taken, kidnapped, murdered, and it's kind of a journey through him because he was super bitter, let it consume his whole entire life, and basically he goes and meets God, Jesus, this Holy Spirit, and just real good takes on how they portrayed him. I personally think it's spot on.
I do too.
It was interesting how God can become like a father and a mother figure to us, like depending on what you need at that moment. I thought that was like a really good, I thought it was a really good take. And then Jesus was just awesome, the human side and being more real with stuff. And then the Holy Spirit, I thought that was powerful. But regardless, it's whole to teach him that he has to forgive this guy that did it to his daughter. And goodness,
I can't imagine forgiving someone. I don't like to forgive people when they pull out in front of me, But
it's deep. So if you haven't seen it, go see The Shack. You will not regret that.
Yes.
Promise you. So this is cool, man. The Global Leadership Summit, I believe they said it's been going on for like 24 years. Don't quote me on that. Over 20 years. And basically it was someone put something on God, or God put something on this guy's heart. John Maxwell was involved with it from day one, but it said like, hey, you should start this.
Hey, y'all, you've heard us talk about our nonprofit Hand Up to Victory. I am here to tell you that it changed my life. I don't know where I would be without it. So below is a link to handuptovictory.org. Please click on that link and go to the donations tab. You may save a life, change a life. And I am living proof. We have our gala coming up in November. We would love it if you could be a business sponsor. If your in-kind donation could be raffled off to also change a life or save a life. So handuptovictory.org. Please donate if you can.
they have this main body that they do it at in Chicago. 2 days of speakers that are just talk about every aspect of leadership. They're successful in different areas, whatever it is. Craig Groeschel is one of the guys, the main guy that's hosting it now. If you don't know him, and his church is the founder of the Bible app, over 1 billion downloads. And so they put this on in Chicago, so you can go in person there, but they also record it and they live stream it all over the world. And so what it is, it's satellite churches that basically, usually it's more mega churches, bigger churches. So Bayside is the one that had it, and basically they stream it in, they sell the tickets for you to attend there, and it's a 2-day event, but it allows you to see it like you were really there, not having to fly
incredible.
up there. And so I've been to a few. It was Austin's first time checking it out, and big shout out to the Minnesota Christian Community Foundation. They took care of us on tickets. Thank you so much. And it was just a great chance to learn so much, and so we wanted to share some of what we learned with you guys. And so Craig Groeschel, so I've kind of followed him for a long time, and he's great speaker. They have a serious amount of satellite churches that they have, and we'll just talk about some stuff, and we'll see. We'll just chop it up. So one of the things he talked about was floss.
The way he tied that around, it was just brilliant.
Yeah.
But but it wasn't for show. It's fact for him. That
he's very structured in what he says, and he wraps everything together well.
He is now a successful preacher. Basically, is like what, because it showed him.
That's a good summary.
And he's it depicted kind of cartoon pictures. Basically of like he started in a 2-car garage. And then it shows this building now, but it wasn't really the buildings. Like, I think he was comparing those doors to how many doors either opened, or that's how many doors were open to share Christ with everybody. But dive more into the flossing thing. He just...
So again, it's all our take. This isn't, quoting word for word exactly what they said. But basically what he was saying is, like, he makes himself floss every single night. And that's like part of him being disciplined, because he doesn't want to floss. So he makes himself floss. And the times when he doesn't want to do it, he goes in there and does it anyways. And you know what's funny? Bonnie's going to laugh because she says, like, me and him are so alike in so many ways. I do that exact same thing. I have done that for ever since I tried to really focus on mouth health, because from our past...
Yes.
You don't even want to know what I've spent in dentist bills and fillings and crowns and all kinds of stuff. Thousands of dollars in here. I really tried to focus on, like, they show me how to floss with, you have to do a new piece of floss every time and go in the Y and then move it, and because if you use the same piece,
zoom in?
if you do the same piece, you're transferring bacteria from that tooth until the next one. I got the whole tutorial from my dental hygienist that I go to, but using a water pick, electric toothbrush, but flossing, brushing, and rinsing every single night, and twice a day, honestly. So you should do it sometime after the morning. I like to get a first meal in and then do it.
I like the little
for the
toothpicks
day
with the thing in there in my purse.
Those trip me out. I don't like them. Not gonna lie. I
know you're so specific with what you do.
It trips me out. It makes my teeth feel weird. But so doing that, and I can't tell you how many times it's late or almost passed out in the chair or whatever it is, and I'm like, I don't want to go in there. I go in there and do it anyways, man. It was funny that he brought that up, because I was like trying to not let myself off. There's I do like I go to the gym 6 days a week, and stretching's a big part of that. There's a leg warm up my trainer had me do, and there's one part of it where you got to do like side lunges all the way to the right, 15 times, and all the way to the left, and I hate that one. And you know what I do? I make myself do it every single time. Honestly, I have to make myself do it. But after I do, I feel good, because it's like, I feel like if I compromise, I think what he was trying to say, and what I get out of doing that, if you compromise in these little areas, it makes it so easy to compromise in some of these bigger areas. And like, I have a hard enough time. I am not perfect. It's not like I don't, sometimes put something off, full well, or I got so much going on, I can't even think, so my creative juices aren't flowing, so I don't do it, or whatever it is. But like, I feel like anytime I get a chance and something small, especially if I really don't want to do it, that's the one thing that I should do. Because I'm basically telling my brain, no, you don't have control over me. I have control over you. I don't care if you're tired and you don't feel like doing it. We're doing it. Like,
I'm the same way about washing my face. You know, in my drinking, especially in my using, I didn't want to wash my face. I'd put on my makeup, working at the restaurant, get back up for a next double, and just pack it on. And since I got sober, I think I missed one night of not washing. And Brian's like, you really yes, I wash my face every single night. Because the one time I didn't, that next morning, it just felt like I was carrying the day before and, you know, with me. And it just, when Craig was talking about that, that's what it made me think of is, I wash my face every day. So I'm like, that. At least I'm on the right track. I need to have more of those little things.
For sure.
I'm really bad about not filling up my gas tank until there's like the light and I'm pushing it, you know?
I think that's just women in general. But
I used to be really good at it. But
maybe I shouldn't have said that.
No, I know you're. That's why you fill it up for her, right?
Of course. She does it occasionally. If it's like she's not going to make it home unless she fills up, then she'll fill it up. But if not, it's my responsibility. Good stuff, man.
Yes.
But yeah, so that's do things that you don't want to do them anyways. Like start that little I'm gonna discipline myself to do these little things, and hopefully it'll carry over to these bigger things.
He even talked about making your bed, you know, and in my using and in my past I never made my bed, but when I went to the Wells Motel, you know, I made my bed for 80 days in a row. And not that I make it all the time, but it's at least somewhat put together. You know, and
really it takes like 30 seconds.
Yes, it does. So if you just commit to those little things, I feel like when you come home and you've had a bad day, it's like, but I made my bed this morning.
I'm with you on. My wife probably doesn't agree with that statement, but I'm with you. I'm with you on that.
But it's like, I did do something great today.
That's right.
You know?
Made my bed. I think it's better because it's like a fresh start. When you come in, it's all sloppy stuff. It just looks.
It's like I couldn't even do that this morning. That's the way I feel.
Exactly. Exactly. So this one hit, and this is.
Oh, I have that one highlighted.
So do you know how people take my shorts out of context, and you know, probably anyone's shorts out of context, a toe to stone. You could take a one-liner that someone says out of context, but this one hit me personally. He's like, "Hope is not a strategy."
Yes,
and I'm like, "Oh, snap!" Even though we just did a whole podcast about having hope, and that you have to have it. He's like, hope is not a strategy.
And then he said, habits are a strategy. And it made all the sense because I was like, hope's not a strategy? Yeah.
And I get what he's saying. He's basically saying that, like, if you just, like, we'll just be real, if you just hope, like, the nonprofit is going to get bigger and bigger, and you just sit there and, like, it's gonna happen, like, yeah, you probably need to get some habits in place for you and the whole organization, and when you do those habits and focus on the right things and have hope along with that, and, you know, trust God and talk to him about it, what your next moves are, etc., do all that, it's probably got a really good chance of expanding. But you know, just so hope's not a strategy. What I got out of it is focus on the one thing. Like, what's the one thing that's going to create greater impact? And I'll just be real, say it for you. The downside about me and you is we don't focus on one thing. No, we focus on 7,800 things.
Yes. Is this where he talked about multitasking? And he's
I
like,
think so.
And he was like, no, you need to single task. And I'm like, what am I going to do with that? You know, but he's right. But if I'm constantly doing 9 things, I feel like 9 things get 25% of my attention. If I would take those 9 things and commit to each individually to 100%, or do something I don't do well is delegate, ask for help, you know, those things. So yeah, he really poured so much into me.
No, 100%. And I've heard, because I followed him for a while, like in his messages, how like he got burnt out. And he hit a season I'm going to mention in a second, but he's gone through a bunch of the stuff. And like, to be real, man, I just put my hand up. I know I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I can, you know, speak positively and all that, but I can't multitask like I once did. I used
You
to
say
be
it a lot.
beast. I used to be the beast multitasker. I have a list. I'd be driving. Okay, when I move from this meeting to this meeting, I'm making these 2 phone calls and all this stuff. And like, bro, I was killing it. Once upon waking up at 3 a.m., get 4 hours of sleep. Like we were grinding, and then it don't work like that anymore, man. It literally like. I don't know how to explain it. I almost can't think anymore at some point. It drains my brain, especially with the phones going off while we're doing other stuff, and then that alert keeps drawing your attention back to it and all that stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, so multitask if you can. Enjoy it. Like if that's your thing.
You tell me that all the time. I'm like, I did this, and this, and you're like, of course you did. You'll tell me, enjoy it. You know?
So I've just like since then I've been trying, how it had been applied. Like I just wrote a few things down yesterday. I still felt like I was all over the place because you know what it takes to prepare these and put this stuff together. But when I looked at the end, I was like, I got those 4 things done, man. Like good. Yes. So I think. That is to our downfall. I liked your message yesterday.
I vow that I will have these done.
And even though I still didn't complete at that time frame, I made sure that I completed it afterwards. I get the updates
of what you're doing, and I'm like, and that's what they talked about too, is setting those small attainable goals.
Yeah.
And you were like, I have this much time.
Yep.
But it's just a reminder that we're just human. We can't do everything that we want to do.
Yeah.
And but yes.
So one more thing that spoke to me about, he had mentioned, so he said, this stabbed me. He said he realized he hit a season in his life where he realized that he became a full-time pastor and a part-time follower of Christ.
I was actually looking back at that point, and I saw your face when he said that, and it was just, it was just like this check-in for you that, I think you do a thing with your neck when you hear something that kind of targets you a little bit. And how did it make you feel? Like, what did you just...
It's what I've been doing. It sucks.
Just trying to push through.
Be real.
Because we have to have you whole. We have to have you whole as a follower in Christ for you to be able to pour into others.
You just get so busy doing all this stuff, and it's all got to get done. And then, sometimes I feel like if you don't do it, and it's not going to happen. And then, this person calls and that happens, and the family needs you, and it's one thing after the other. And then it's like, man, I didn't even really pray today, man. I didn't really pick anything up.
And then
it hurts.
And then, we have conversations, and then I get to, hear your beautiful messages at High on Jesus. And I feel like sometimes you're speaking to us about things so personal that's going on with you. We've talked about hope. I mean, I'm trying to reflect on the ones, recently, but you've been preaching from deep with what's going on with you personally lately.
Absolutely.
And I can see all of that. And, we appreciate you. I know that, but I can't imagine,
Yeah.
Because you want to provide this great message, but you also want to bring 100. You don't want to be a part-time pastor. You want to be 100%, but you also need to be.
And then it's all that. I mean, to be real, that we talked about before, it's like pastor plus a leader of a nonprofit organization,
plus a dad,
and it's like
plus
2 hats. Like it's intense sometimes, man.
Yes.
And then it's like, and then I got to sacrifice sleep in order to do it. And that's cool, but I can't do that like I once did either, or at least I can't get 3. I found 6 is about the least that I can handle at this particular point. And but that's that one hit me. So definitely I got some work to do. Got some things to work on, just like he did. But at least it's the realization. I think to anyone out there, it's the realization of you've hit that season, and not just keep trucking through like everything's fine, and you haven't.
One last thing that Craig said that he was talking about how he journals at night rather than doing screen time. And I have journals from years still. Of course, I can't throw anything away. I can tell you what I did 6 years ago on July 12th. I mean, They're in my storage unit.
I've never done it.
But now I get in this. I start helping, write the podcasts, or I'm messaging my sponsees, or But the last couple of nights since this, I've started journaling, and it's amazing. I fall asleep.
Wow.
But he said, when you journal, you're tracking what God is doing in your life. It's not what he's done. It's not what you hope, which sometimes those are in there, but the way he said it was God is doing. And so you can, when you're having those rough days and you're in a season, you can flip back and be like, I overcame that with him. I did this with, through prayer. And you can reflect on all of that and see that journaling and putting it down on paper, because you can look at old texts, but in text we can be kind of vague, or you can interpret it wrong. But your own handwriting and looking at that, it's like I feel everything that I put down in that pen and paper. I mean, I could even see like tear stains on some of them, when I was just pouring my heart in there. So it made me feel all of that journaling and realizing that I needed to get back into that.
Wow. I'm not going to lie. I've always seen journaling as just something else that I would have to do. So I've never done it. And but that's also heard it's like a form of accountability too, that you got to write stuff in there that occurred,
like
that you did.
Step, when you write that whole 4-step down, I still have both of my 4 steps, and the first one was ridiculous. But when you put that, there's something that happens when you put that pen to that paper, and you hold yourself accountable, because you can't, erase it. You can't change what you wrote. It's right there.
That's good.
Yes.
So there's many great speakers there, but another one was Nick Saban was there. So I know you were all excited.
Yes.
She had it. We got to show a picture here. She had her Alabama get up. She found some other guy. He was actually a football player during Nick Saban's Nick Saban's term over there. So she was chopping it up with him, and
he showed me pictures of when he played, and he was actually at the booth for
and his rings. You see them rings? That was crazy.
And you thanked Manatee
Minnesota Christian Community Foundation.
So we actually won, or I actually won the $100
nice
towards my favorite nonprofit. I have no idea who I'm going to pick.
That's awesome.
So Hand Up to Victory will be getting
Hand Up to Victory.
Yay. Yes.
That's awesome. Yeah. Well, thanks, guys. Big shout out to you guys for that. That's awesome. I don't know, again, probably paraphrasing a lot of this, but he said he was talking about being positive, and just in one of the instances of talking to his players, they're in the Alabama summer 2-a-day practices, brutal, but training his quarterback of people to say, instead of saying, it's hot, I'm tired, hey, man, how's everything going? Glad to be here.
My coach used to love that growing up.
Changing something little that you could say. I felt, not gonna lie, I felt it today when it's one thing after the other, and then I got pulled over, and I was gonna make perfect time, and then he cost me another 15 minutes, and Bonnie's asking about it, and I felt myself going there, and I know it's a joke, but I was like, hey, it's a pretty good day. I said it out loud today too, and I just walked away from Bonnie. It's a pretty good day, but still, but I got to do that too. I mean it.
It's a pretty good day in How Jesus. Yes.
Amen. He was saying, saying that though, it does help, because I just felt myself going negative as I'm retelling Bonnie the story of what was going on. And no, it's a pretty good day. I'm still alive. I didn't get a ticket. Everything's fine. Life is difficult. Don't expect it not to be. Right. That's what he said. He shared the story about the craziness he has to encounter with helping kids, and he said the female population is 60%, versus 40% guys, and he was like, and then the guys are out partying all night and then hooking up with chicks. He's like, so if I came into my job expecting there's going to be no difficulty there, I'm fooling myself. Life is difficult. There are things that are going to happen. Things are going to come up. They were just talking about take all those obstacles and be loud with them is what I kind of got. Almost like, I don't know. He was referring it to you take the obstacles and it was a game that he was referring to that they had no chance. The odds were stacked against them. The betting apps had them as a 27-point underdog. The weather was favorable for the other team. On paper, they had no chance to win that game. And he said there was a point where he almost didn't even believe they could win the game, but he had to find a way to show him. And one of his mentors, a guy, came and told him, he's like, look at this. Like, you have no chance of winning. Everyone's against you. The weather's against you. You're in the visiting team. Like, this is a perfect time to win.
Yes.
Like use this, all these obstacles, and say, you know what? Like, we're going to overcome this. We're going to beat it. And just like in different things in my life, like that really resonated with me. And, to be real, having some struggles with, handle the victory, keeping it going at times, whatever it is. And you know what? Like, I had to tell myself in like some of my lowest points, like, you know what? I had no chance anyways. Like, to be real, I'm a tattooed ex-drug addict, like, that decided to start a non-profit organization. Like, let's run the stats. Like,
you are
how
a
many
success
guys? How many guys came in and said, "I'm going to start a non-profit"? What's funny in hindsight? Like, Coach Tom's always been my mentor, but he put me in a room with a lot of these other guys, and they would be cool with me and they would talk to me, but they really wouldn't give me that much of the time of day. And I always used to wonder why. I'm like, man, these guys kind of keep me at arm's length a lot. But then as the years progress, they started talking to me more and kind of letting me in more. And now all of a sudden, some of them, become closer with, and they have organizations that have poured into ours. And now I know exactly what they were doing. What's this guy doing? Like, you
got to earn your stripes, right?
Let's see if God's really in this. Let's see if he's going to make the commitment and really get this thing going. Let's see if he can continue it year after year. They're not going to be like, "Oh, you started a nonprofit. Here's $10,000." And
is he all
good
in?
job. Like,
yes.
You know what I'm saying? And now I see and I've asked him about that, and he was like, "Yeah, basically that's what
That's good.
They were doing." But I mean, like, that type of stuff, I had no chance. So, and now in hindsight, it's like, well, now it's easier to be like, look how far we've came because I had no chance. Like, I could put that into any area, and this, sometimes you got to watch what you say, especially in public forums. This stuff isn't a knock on my dad or anything. I believe he loves me in the best way that he knows how, and he tried to, provide in the best way that he knew how. But like, at the end of the day, my dad's divorced twice, and probably working on his third. Like, I don't know how to be a husband. It wasn't shown to me. It wasn't shown to me have a good marriage. It was, they're supposed to do for you and take care of you, and you can act any type of way, whatever it is. I never seen that. So, like, how do I have a good marriage? Like on paper, I should be divorced too. And in the beginning, subconsciously, I acted like that, and we were on the way to that point. It was not going to end well. Me and Bonnie have had many hard years, but then I was like, no, like, I'm tired of having a crappy marriage. Like, it's not fun.
You put everything into your marriage today.
Absolutely. The last 3 years have been a game changer for that.
The game that you were speaking to about that Coach Saban was talking about, I believe he said they were down at halftime, and he was like talking about how he could have went in the locker room and wrecked them, but what would that do? I believe he said, if you have a negative experience without teaching, you lose morale. So he went in there and was like, look, this is like you said, the perfect opportunity. So in thinking about the hand up to victory that way, like, is this our halftime? Is this time to remember why we're doing this? And is this the perfect time for us to win? So Amen. That's kind of where
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, again, whatever area it is, like, if it don't look good on paper for you, like, that's okay. Like use that. You know what I'm saying? Use it as motivation. Maybe someone's out there, I threw, half of my life away already. I don't know. How can I come back? Yeah, on paper, you probably can't. But guess what? You can use this as an opportunity to say, hey, I'm going to stay positive. I'm going to stay focused on God. God's going to lead me to the right places. And, I shouldn't be here, but we're going to be here.
One funny thing he talked about was his routines. Craig Groeschel talked about his flossing. Now, Coach Saban talks about his diet. So for 16 years, I think he said he stopped it in 2023. So he has Little Debbie, oatmeal, cream pies, 2 of them with his coffee for breakfast. And then for lunch, he has a salad, iceberg lettuce, turkey, and tomato. For 16 years, 7 days a week.
That's crazy, man.
I mean, and then he said on the rough days, he might have a third oatmeal.
Craig said the same thing, and his was like his bowl of oatmeal and 6 blueberries.
Yes.
Like he had it down to that he eats, and I've heard him talk about that before the summit too.
I mean, I like hard-boiled eggs. Maybe I just need that could simplify my life right there. I'm gonna have this and that. That's it.
Yeah, want to know who's not going to do that? My wife.
I was like, you have separate. This is my side.
She's going to say, bump your routine. Like, she loves to eat.
Well, all I could think about was actually I was thinking about you guys though. I was thinking about Sundays after church, and I was like, well, they're usually playing football on Sundays, but I was wondering, I was like, how would Bonnie and Justin commit to eating the same things for breakfast? I was like, Justin would have his protein shake. Yeah. What would Bonnie have? Like, that was actually...
Like, I'm down with the same category. Like, I have my eggs, 5 or 6 eggs with... I'll do like oatmeal for a little while. Then sometimes I'll do grits. Then I'll switch it up to toast and my protein shake. Like I had a couple, today or whatever. I had my one in the morning and then one after the gym before I came here. But like, they're different flavors. If you see my pantry, I got like 8 different containers. I don't want the same one every single
oatmeal
day.
cream pies only come in one flavor.
But we see what they were getting at. They were saying that like because he talked about boring. Like, I didn't even bring that one up for time's sake. But like, it's the boring things. Everyone thinks it's this spectacular stuff. But when you get in these habits, when you get in these rhythms and you do them day in and day out, like what happens? I don't know about the oatmeal cookies, but Craig is pretty ripped dude for how 50 something years old or however old he is. So I mean that just adds up. If you eat like garbage diet, you're probably not going to look that great. You know what I'm saying? But if you do a routine of eating clean like that, it's going to show. But one thing they say about the diet, you can't hide a routine. Some people can get lucky. I got good genetics. I can get away with eating this, that, and the other. But for the most part, you can just look at someone and know, do they go to the gym at all? What are they eating? Because when you do that for year after year, it don't lie on your body.
To close out Saban, the last thing he said that I really liked was invest time, not spend time. And then to never waste a failure. Use all that you learn to never do it again. And that so much resonated. I mean, other than not only because I'm an Alabama fan, but he... so many good things. I mean, we could sit here and talk for hours about what we, listened to and learned that day.
So I guess what's the one that we got to bring the GOAT up?
Oh yeah,
John Maxwell was there. Man, you could tell he getting up there, man. Because I used to watch his videos when he was younger, and it's just what I mean. Like, it's crazy.
But not only that, he had Craig Groeschel give him the award, and that was
like the double GOATs.
Called him Dad, there. Like.
Yeah. So if you don't know who John Maxwell is, I guess I didn't talk about Nick. He doesn't need an intro. John is basically the leadership guru. He's wrote like 50-something books, sold millions of copies of them. He had, successful mega church, and he actually walked away from that because he felt he was called to do something more. And he almost like was bringing these leadership qualities to the world, quote unquote, and introducing the faith part at the end, kind of like slipping it in there a bit. But I mean, millions of people, they said, came to Christ through his organizations that he has and different things. Just the guy's amazing, man. We go on and on with his tidbits. I've read multiple of his books and they're all fire. But this one was it for me. He said, true success is when people that know you the best love and respect you the most. I'll say it again, make sure you heard it. The success is when people that know you the best love and respect you the most. Because people that know us the best typically see a side to us that we don't portray to the average person.
Yes.
And I think it speaks, let's just talk about John. I mean, he can show us whatever side he wants in a pre-recorded video or when he goes out and makes a speech and his book is just so amazing and you see him at a conference and he's all smiles and fired up. But I mean, how is he really behind closed doors with his wife, his kids, his close friends, you know? And so I think that's for like a lot of us. And just to be real, another kind of thing that was modeled is like, saw like everyone on the outside thought that, you know, someone that I'm thinking of was like the best person ever, you know, but behind closed doors, you know, we didn't think of them that way. You know what I'm saying? So it was like a totally different ball game there. And man, I never wanted to be like that. And I saw signs of that in my life early on, and just being short and negative and just like, you know, rocking, you know, my wife, the kids, all that stuff still happens to this day, obviously. But you know, I don't want to be that person, man. And so, you know, at the end of the day, those people ain't going to be at your deathbed.
No.
Those people aren't going to be there when you need them. It's going to be your spouse, it's going to be your kids, it's going to be your close friends. And so if those people that get to see and know the true you, if they love and respect you, then I feel like what he was trying to say is you're doing something right. And that really resonated with me, man.
Yes, that's I think first on my list here. He brought a lot of humor as well when he was up there.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know?
He always cuts up. He always throws a little comedy in there.
He said, he was talking about, I can't remember the exact story, but he said it's possible to be passionate about something you're not good at. And he said, well, just make that a hobby, not a career. Hobbies never hurt anyone. And then the story went forward, and he was talking about how somebody was like, man, I just keep doing all this and I'm burned out. And he was like, how can you be burned out when you've never been on fire? It was so...
I love that. I was going to mention that one. I'm glad you did.
It was so great.
That one was hilarious, man.
Because he's like 78, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, you got to be on fire to be burned out. He was just saying the guy was like the most passionless person and never got amped up about anything. Yeah, that was hilarious, man.
He just dropped that out of
How
nowhere.
Can you be burned out when you never be on fire?
But he just truly loves people and just wants them to do better for them and for everyone else around them. And still, this many years later, he calls everybody his friend.
Yeah. That's his classic line. I'm John. I'm your friend.
Oh, I'm glad he's my friend. I like that.
No doubt.
Yes.
I actually wanted to say that once, but I'm like, I can't touch that. You can't steal John's line like that. But it's real. Like, he helps me like remember the why, because that really is what he's cared about the whole entire time. And man, I think sometimes when you're in service work and doing stuff that we do, sometimes you get so burnt out that you just almost like you don't care about everyone in that manner because it's like work, man. But you know, he was able to balance his life enough to be able to give like life-giving principles and to put this stuff out there. And you know, obviously all about God. He loves the Message version. I've seen him quote that many times. It's good stuff, man. It really is.
The other thing he said is what he was talking about life. You know, he was talking about his father passing, and he asked the nurse to go out, and he got that one-on-one time with him. And he said that, you know, he started telling his dad 29 lessons that he, you know, his dad poured into him, you know, over his life. And
yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah. And he said, what you leave for people, as in like tangible things, can be lost. It's just stuff. And then he said, but what you leave in people, now that's forever. And that just, you know, it made me think of like my grandmother and like all these little things like throughout my life that now I appreciate. You know, for so long I took it so for granted. And there were so many things that he brought up that just really resonated, and that was one of the key ones for me.
That's awesome. Well, now you can pass this type of stuff on to your kids. I actually used that exact quote. I was helping Jaden with a big project that he's been trying to accomplish, and we put a lot of hours in together. And I said, there's what I learned from John Maxwell today is so you can leave a legacy for people and it's just stuff, or you can leave a legacy in people.
Amen.
And he was like, I actually got to look to see what we text too much. He was like something to the effect of, you've definitely left a legacy, and already for him to say that.
And I guarantee your eyes just, yes. I mean, because, he just had his birthday and he's doing so well.
Yep, exactly. So, good stuff, man. I hope you guys got some good takeaways from that.
There's so many more.
Yeah, again, so there's a GLS every single year,
and then
2026.
The choreographer that came out was talking about step into the circle. That was sick, So
there's GLS 2026. It could be you. Just got to ask off for a Thursday and a Friday if you work during the day. Hopefully you can make it. You can also, I think, pay for the ticket to live stream it, or you can even have it recorded and then you can have it to watch it at a later date. I think you can even
get the one that we went to. I think there's a link, and if you're team, if you're nonprofit or you're even for-profit business wanted, you can get a copy of the actual summit that we were at.
Check it out. It's definitely worth your time. I can promise you that. And so we are going to close out. If you stuck with us this long, we thank you so much for supporting us. Leave a comment below what spoke to you, what resonated with you after what we talked about here today. And next week, we're bringing Bonnie back. We're bringing Bonnie back for part 2. Y'all asked for it. Y'all get it. It's coming.
And we're going to find out why he doesn't have a Bonnie tattoo. We're going to talk about his closets. We got all kinds. And the chickens and the kitties.
Goodness, man.
We have a whole... He's not in charge of this. Me and Bonnie are going to plan it out, and he's going to have to wing it, I think.
I like that part.
Right. I'll believe it when I see it.
All right. Thank you so much. Again, it's Justin Time with Justin Hallis.
And Austyn with a Y.
We'll see you next time. Life is difficult. There are things that are going to happen. Things are going to come up. Take all those obstacles and be loud with them. They had no chance. The odds were stacked against them. You have no chance of winning. Everyone's against you. This is a perfect time to win.
Yes.
I was...